What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Just, back again with another video. This is your one-stop shop for anime and manga. Let's get into it. I want to start by saying thank you everyone for subscribing. If you're new here and you like my content, you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so I post another video. Follow me on Twitter, links gonna be in the description. What's up, y'all? So today we're going to be taking a look at the Crunchyroll manga app and basically trying to figure out if the Crunchyroll manga app is worth it. So here are my thoughts on it because I've been using it for a little bit now, and I gotta say I got some things I want to talk about with y'all. So let's get started. Let's see if the Crunchyroll manga app is worth it. So the short answer for it is basically a maybe. Whether the Crunchyroll manga app is worth it is going to be entirely up to you because it does have its pros and cons for a subscription-based manga service app. So let's check it out, and I'll just try to present you what I found by using it, and I'll let you know what my thoughts. So the first thing I want to go over is basically just the price of the Crunchyroll manga app, right? So if you've already have a Crunchyroll subscription, it's just going to be an add-on to what you already have. So if you have the regular fan version, you're probably paying about $7.99 for, the Crunchyroll app itself. So plus an extra $4, that's going to give you the ability to access the manga app. If you got the Mega fan version, it's going to be an extra $3.50. If you have the Ultimate fan version, it's free, essentially free if you're paying that $15.99. So that's the price for it. So be at whatever you will, what you're using for your Crunchyroll needs. Now the subscriptions, obviously they come with other stuff. You get like discounts on the store. You get the Crunchyroll web video service where you can actually watch anime, and now you got the manga app. So it's really all up to you which one you want to get. That's basically the price. Now let's go into like what I thought about it. So me personally, I actually kind of enjoy it a little bit. I think it's pretty good for what it is so far and for being so new, right? So the main thing that I'm really enjoying about the Crunchyroll manga app is some of the features. So one of the features that I actually really found interesting was the fact that you're able to scroll either side to side, or you're actually able to scroll vertically if you're reading the manga chapters. Now, me, I actually despise reading vertically. It's just I never really liked it. But I like that that's an option, right? Because I've never seen that before in any other manga app, that it lets you choose if you wanted to side by side or vertical. Now, when I say I've never seen it before, I've never seen it on a legitimate manga app. The websites and the other, shady apps, I've seen a million things, but as far as like the official ones, I have not seen that. Another thing that I really do like about the Crunchyroll manga app, right, is the fact that you actually have full-on volume. So some series you have just the straight-up, manga chapters, that like you see on Shonen Jump and Viz Manga. So you got the standard volume chapters, but you also have volumes, like full-on volume. So you'll go and it's on one like selection. So you'll select volume 1 and you're actually reading the entire volume 1 for some series. And I do really like that because, it feels more cohesive, right? Because if I'm trying to get into a manga series, sometimes I want to try an entire volume instead of just trying a couple chapters. And you don't really know which series does that in the Crunchyroll manga app. When you click on it, you'll see it'll tell you, here's volume 1, or here's, chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And I actually really like that about it. I've never really seen that where you could just, read the entire volume as it is. Normally it's just the chapters, but having the volumes just makes the experience a lot more fun, and I like those types of reading sessions because it's a little bit longer now. Another thing, right, that I'm actually enjoying is the fact that they have different publishers. Now, all of these different manga apps, you got the Viz Manga app, you got the Shonen Jump, you got K-Manga, and now you have the Crunchyroll manga app. They all have different things. So it all depends on what you're reading and what you prefer to read, like what publisher you prefer to read and things like that. So what I like about the Crunchyroll app is the fact that they have different publishers, stuff that you can't really find. Yes, they got the standard, Viz and Shonen Jump, but they also got things like Titan. They have Yen Press. They even have Square Enix. So those series that I normally would never be able to find on like an official app, I can read them on the Crunchyroll manga app. Now, obviously, the Crunchyroll manga app is brand new. At the time of this recording, it's literally, about a month old at this point. So, it doesn't have everything. It ain't just, have every single series from Square Enix, every single thing from Yen Press. So it is a little more bare bones. But another thing that I actually really like about just the Crunchyroll manga app is just strictly the layout. So I'm gonna show the layout right here real quick. And I like it because it's, big, huge tiles. You get to see the series and you get to actually, Crunchyroll manga app, it actually like goes with whatever is really popular for the Crunchyroll anime app. So if there's anime that's currently really popular, they assume you may want to read the manga, so they'll be like right front and center. And just being able to browse the actual manga app actually really helps you able to really find new series, right? Because that's really what we use these manga apps for, or at least I do anyway. I use it to try and find either new series or maybe read a series that I've been wanting to check out online before I actually pick it up and add it to my collection. That's what all these apps are for. Now, obviously, in the beginning of the video, I said the Crunchyroll manga app is basically a maybe. And the reason I'm saying that is because, yes, I do like these small things. I like that it's a subscription-based manga app, not like K-manga. But because it doesn't really have a lot as of right now, it's a little more bare bones. And then also you got to think about it with the price, right? Yeah, it's, a $4 add-on, or maybe a $3.50 add-on, but it's an add-on to what you already have, if that makes sense. So it's like, you can look at it as I'm only paying an extra $4, but in reality I'm paying I think it's $11.99 for Crunchyroll. But yes, that's the fan version. Yes, if you get the lowest tier, it's $11.99 for everything. You have to look at it, is it enough for you? Are you using the Crunchyroll store with the discounts? Are you watching anime on Crunchyroll? And are you actually reading the manga? That's all up to you. I can't really make that decision for you. Me, I use all of these different apps because I like having legitimate ways to read manga. And for me, that's what I like about the Crunchyroll manga app specifically, because I got Square Enix now. Now I have Yen Press. So I have these publishers that I was never able to find. I would have loved it if Kodansha threw some series in there too. I know they got their K-manga app. I don't really use that one too much. I use it very, very sporadically because I'm just using it for free, because that one you have to pay for chapters. It's not a subscription service. So that one I'm actually on and off with it. But I do use Shonen Jump every day. I use Viz Manga almost every day, depending on what's there, what I want to read at that time. And now I have the Crunchyroll manga app. Those are my 3 heavy hitters right now. And I'm actually liking this one. But the Crunchyroll manga app, I know it's not going to be for everyone, right? Because some of the cons is the fact that it's very, very bare bones right now. There's not really that many series. And then another thing is that it doesn't look like they have the I forget what the official name. It's semi-published, semi-published. I can't pronounce that right. It's basically when we release the chapters alongside the ones that come out with the translation. So as far as you're up to date, right? So with Shonen Jump, every Sunday you're going to have the most recent up-to-date manga chapter. With Crunchyroll, you actually don't know. So they're not doing that semi-published style, and then they don't have any sort of timeline as of right now if there's going to be, chapter 3 of Coffee Moon, or excuse me, it's volume 3 of Coffee Moon in 2 weeks or whatever. They don't really have that right now. So you don't know if what you're going to read, when's the next time you're going to get something. I'm thinking it may go based on the physical release. That's what I'm assuming. I have now no knowledge if that's even the case, but that's something to look at, right? Because if you're going to go ahead and pay for the Crunchyroll manga app, what happens once you've finished the series that you wanted to read? And there's new chapters coming out because it's ongoing, but you're not going to get those new chapters in the Crunchyroll manga app. You might end up having to switch, right? So it's all really up to you. Do you really want to go ahead and take that plunge with Crunchyroll, or maybe you just want to go ahead and start somewhere else completely? I know I've seen a lot of people talk about there's some glitches with the manga app that you'll go scroll to the next chapter and then it glitches and goes you to the beginning of the chapter you just read. I so far haven't had any trouble with the Crunchyroll manga app, so I can't really say for certain whether some of these things are actually happening. That's up to you with your experiences. So for me as an individual, I really do enjoy the Crunchyroll manga app. I'm going to continue to pay for it and use it. Now, for you guys, I think it might be worth it if it's something that you to get, because this is really like one of the only ways to get, Yen Press, Titan, mainly Square Enix. Those are like the 3 publishers right now that they currently have, because Crunchyroll Manga app, they do have Shonen Jump, they do have Viz, but why pay for the Crunchyroll version when they have their individual apps, if that makes sense, right? Because why use Crunchyroll's for Shonen Jump when I can just read Shonen Jump on the Shonen Jump app, and I know I'm going to get the most up-to-date chapters on that Shonen Jump app. So it really is for you, it's like, do you want to read Delicious in Dungeon without having to buy the box set? Do you want to read things like, 86? Do you want to read Coffee Moon? What else is like unique that's there? I think they have some Sword Art Online. Do you want to read that stuff? Because that's really the only official way to read it digitally if you're not, buying the volumes digitally. So it's really up to y'all. Now, obviously, I do probably recommend maybe to wait at the moment, just to wait and see what other stuff is going to come out for that Crunchyroll Manga app. Because once they have like a real big library, then you'll be able to like really make a decision on whether you want to pick it up or not. Me, I'm crazy. I used it. I got that day one, and I've actually been enjoying it ever since. But not everyone. That's not going to be everyone's style, right? That's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's either you want to read the Crunchyroll Manga app because you want to use it for these other publishers, or you just okay with what you got. You're okay with just going online to a website and finding it, or you're good with the Shonen Jump app only, or you're good with the K-Manga app only. So I do like that we have the Crunchyroll Manga app, and I do hope that Crunchyroll actually goes ahead and puts other publishers. That's always been like one of my dreams, is to have basically almost every single publisher for manga in essentially like one app. I'm not joking. If they do that, I don't mind dropping probably $15, $20 a month on that manga app if I have basically almost every publisher, you know what I'm saying? If I have 7Cs, if I have Yen Press, if I have Viz, if I have Kodansha, if I have even the new one that they just released, Baki, what they're called, Kodama. If they put them on there, I would love to have that type of app that has every single publisher. That's me just wishful thinking though. So as far as the Crunchyroll Manga app, is it worth it? For me, I think it's worth it. I enjoy it. For you guys, it's going to be that hard maybe because it has to fit in with the things that you want to read, right? If you don't want to read these specific publishers or you want to read the most up-to-date chapters, it's probably not going to be for you. That's my thoughts on the Crunchyroll Manga app. I hope you guys, enjoy this video. I hope this helped you decide whether you want to get the Crunchyroll Manga app. And thank you again for making it this far into the video. If you're new here and you like my content, like what I'm doing, consider subscribing, leaving a like, hit the bell so I don't post a video. Follow me on Twitter, links gonna be in the description. This is your boy Just. I'm off this.